And a pleasant good evening, everyone, as we welcome you to the 2025 MASL All Star Game draft here on MASL TV. About a week from now, just 8 days away, we will have the 2025 MASL All Star Game right here in the handshake city of Utica, New York. My name is Ray Biggs, glad to be along for the ride. And with that, no further ado, I will make our introductions here. We will have two teams, Team Kelvin, which tonight is being represented by the Utica tandem of Everton Morera and Kelvin Oliveira. Gentlemen, how are you? And on the other side of the aisle, we will have Team Pereira, represented by Nick Pereira and Stefan Stokic from Kansas City. Pereira, of course, the many-time MVP from Tacoma. So here's how it's going to work tonight. We are going to have a grand total of 28 players come off the board. 30 will play in the game, 2 of which have already been picked. Those are the 2 players that are the captains on your screen. The first 5 rounds will be in the following sequence: forward, defense, goalkeeper, and they'll be accompanied by the captain as the starting lineups. After that, we will open up the floor, and these 2 teams and their leadership teams can pick whoever they choose. So we've decided tonight we are going to toss a coin to make the determination on who will go first. Nick Pereira, you will call the toss.
Since I already won off stage, backstage, I'll go first. Tails never fails. Let's go.
All right. Give old George Washington a flip, and it is tails.
No.
Man, I was wish you win again. I'm sorry.
So with that, Team Pereira, you are on the clock first. Good luck to both of you.
Stefan, you want me to go? I got our little list here. You want me to go first? Okay. We are going to pick first Rion Marquez from the Kansas City Comets.
Rion Marquez, Kansas City. So target to start off for Team Pereira, with, of course, Pereira being the first. Team Kelvin, what is your decision with your first pick?
So we're going with Vini Dantas.
Vinny Dantas, keeping it in the family with Utica City FC. Both teams opening with a target pick on their respective sides of the aisle. We've got 16 total forwards set to come off the board tonight, 8 defense, 4 goalkeepers. On to our second pick, which will also be a forward. Mr. Pereira, Mr. Stokic, what do you have?
We got somebody needs to run around, so we'll take Justin Stinson.
All right. Justin Stinson out of the Empire Strikers. One of a couple of strikers forwards in this draft coming off the board here. And Team Kelvin, your second pick.
We are going with Alex Sanchez.
Alex Sanchez, Milwaukee Wave. You can take him off the board as the third member of Team Kelvin. Moving on to defense, our fourth pick, Nick Pereira. Stefan, what do you got?
It's got to be Stefan, man. He's defenders. I don't know anything about those guys, so it's got to be Stefan picking those ones. Hold on, Steph, your audio. No.
I hope the internet's not out for the Super Bowl.
If not, I got it.
There we go.
Go, Steph.
You guys hear me?
Yes, we can.
All right. Sorry, I said I'm going for Dallas. I'm going for Quintana.
Christian Quintana comes off the board, the lone Dallas representative in this year's All-Star Game. And Team Kelvin, what is your response to that? Who are you taking?
We're going to go with Mario Alvarez from Milwaukee Wave.
Super Mario. He'll be the next man off the board, the only Milwaukee defender in this draft tonight. That brings us on to round number 4, another defender. Nick, Stefan, Team Pereira.
Go ahead, Stefan.
I know we have our list, Nick, but I'm gonna go a little bit away from that list. I'm gonna go with I gotta go Chan Vandergriff. I gotta go with my boy.
Okay.
Chad Vandergriff, award-winning defender from Kansas City. He is the next man off the board. And your second starting defender pick, Everton, Kelvin, what are you thinking?
We're gonna go with Stefan Mijatovic.
The former Utica man now playing for Tacoma, taking one out from underneath Nick Pereira over there, huh?
Gonna get me in trouble, Everton. You're gonna get me in trouble.
We'll see, buddy. More coming for you.
And that brings us to our first goalkeepers off the board. Stefan, Nick, what is your choice?
The one and only Chris Toth.
Chris Toth will keep it in the family with that pick. Everton, Kelvin, what are we thinking over there?
We're gonna go with Andrew Coughlin.
Very good. Hometown team selections from both sides. Like to see it. With that, real quick, gentlemen, I'll start with Team Pereira here. What was kind of your plan of attack coming in to draft a starting lineup here, if anything? Like, what were you looking for in the players that you have?
I think to start off with, we talked about kind of having a spread of a lot of different players bringing in their flavor from their own team, so that we had an idea of everybody, as well as players that I didn't want to get kicked by. So we've got a lot of guys on the team that are going to not kick me. So Kelvin, have fun with some of these guys.
Yeah.
Stefan, anything to add on that?
That was the game plan.
Everton, Kelvin, 3 hometown side guys on your side of the field, a couple of Milwaukee guys. And I know, Everton, of course, you're very familiar being in Milwaukee as long as you were. And you bring back a former Utica player as well to complete the group. So what was your plan of attack?
Well, the first thought was, to keep somewhat of balance on the field, but also familiar with players that you know. You want to have, players that around you, especially the first 5. So it's a little bit easy going in. But that's more like it's all great players. So it's hard to pick, only one. I would like to have all on my team and have Nick Pereira picking from somewhere else.
Yeah, I mean, the good news for you, Everton, is everyone's going to know the restart plays when you call a timeout. So it's easy. You got it drawn up. It's good.
Yeah, we'll see about that. That's why I'm picking those guys, like they know the restart, so I don't even have to practice.
Exactly.
Our good friend Eric Bergrud chiming in to say it's already looking like a 15-14 game. That'd be a typical All-Star game numbers. So that's for sure. They tend to be a little bit more offensively minded, and we'll see how next week goes, because there's really not a ton of recent precedent for this kind of event, which is really exciting. Anyway, now we start to open up the floor. We have 18 players remaining to be picked here, and I'm sure there will be plenty of drama between the two sides. So now that we're into open season, there is no longer any positional requirements. You can pretty much take whatever you want. Nick, Stefan, what is your first selection?
I'm going to send it over. To Stefan so he can pick first, and then I'll take the next one. Go ahead, Steph.
That wasn't the plan, but I'll do it that way. I'm a defender, so I got to go within my defense. I'm going with Nacho.
Nacho Flores, Ignacio stepping his way off of the board here. Going in the family with Kansas City. And I also do find it kind of poetic here, Utica, Kansas City, they've come together a couple times in the playoffs the last few years, so I guess it's only fitting we've got a little bit of that flavor here tonight. Everton, Kelvin, what do you got?
We are going with Juan Pereira.
Juan Pereira, Baltimore Blast. That is the first Baltimore player to come off of the board in our All-Star Game draft. Again, the All-Star Game to be held next Wednesday night, February 12th, 6 o'clock skills competition, 7:15 kick. Broadcast plans to be finalized and announced shortly. Moving on to our next picks. Again, Team Pereira, you are up.
We need somebody who can cover some serious ground, seeing as Rian and I are probably not leaving the box. So we're going to go with Will Eske.
Will Eske from the St. Louis Ambush, one of two members of the team from St. Charles in this year's MASL All Star Game. Very nice selection, gentlemen. And for Team Kelvin, Everton, Kelvin, what are you pondering?
Yeah, we want to get some another midfield that can build things, for us and helping Calvin to score all the goals. So we're gonna go with David Ortiz.
David Ortiz from the Texas Outlaws, and he will slide to the left on our draft board that's right at the center of your screen. I also do want to take an opportunity to mention that the MVP will be getting a very special deal from Capelli as part of this game. So really kind of a high-level incentive to step up and perform on this stage. And it could be any one of the guys that you currently see on your screen so far in this All-Star Game draft. Moving along to the next round, Stefan and Nick, Team Pereira, what are you
Stefan,
right now?
we need a lefty. We need a lefty for restarts, man.
I know what you're thinking. Go ahead. You got it.
Well, I'm going to go Dom Francis.
Dominic Francis, the native of Huddersfield, England, longtime franchise striker for the Harrisburg Heat. He becomes the next man off the board. I like the telepathic synergy it seems that you two have over there.
There's like 800 games between us, 600 for Stefan and 200 for me. We got a lot of games between the two of us.
Absolutely. You spend enough time on the pitch together, you start to understand what each other is thinking.
There you go.
Kelvin, Everton, what is your next pick?
Let's go there. We're gonna go to another defender in there. We're gonna get Juan Alava.
Juan Alava. He said he wasn't going to pick that many Utica guys before the start of this show, but
it's the whole
he
team.
has all but two of them now.
It's the whole team.
Hey, you gotta go with people that you trust and like that's how it is.
Very good, very good. Nick, Stefan, where are we going next?
Stefan, it's all you, man. Pick this next one.
It's all me. I mean, I have to go again. I'm going to use a little bit of Everton's. We need another lefty, so I'm going to go with Zach Reggett.
Zach Reggett coming off the board, and to be honest, that one took a little longer than I thought it would. So that is certainly full of surprises. But when you have this many good players to pick from, it's kind of like picking between the porterhouse, the ribeye, and the strip steak at the grocery store.
Yeah, and you know what's going to happen is we're going to play all these guys, and then someone's going to get kicked because we didn't pick them high enough, or that's what's going to happen here. Everton, let me guess. I think it's a Utica player. Let's see if we can guess.
Oh man,
is that reverse psychology?
You're almost right. You're almost right, man. That's for the next pick. I'm gonna go with Stefan Stojic.
There you go. Ready, coach.
What?
Ready.
You can't. I need a defender.
I'm ready. We're
gonna go with Leo Acosta.
Leo Acosta.
Take from staff right now.
Yeah.
I don't know if the mind games worked, Nick. That's up to you to decide, I guess.
No, we need another guy who can score goals. And from me, Stefan, since they've taken all the Milwaukee Wave players, we should take Ian, let him go kick the ball in the net for us a little bit.
Let's do it.
I like that. 2-6. Slide him to the right. And Utica, you're back on the clock.
Oh, we're gonna go with somebody to score goals. Marco Fabian.
Marco Fabian, the rookie of the year, the Mexican legend. He will play for Team Kelvin in this year's All Star Game. Stefan and Nick,
What do you think,
what is
Stefan?
your answer to that?
Another defender or something?
I'm going for a defender, but I think we need like a little playmaker in the midfield as well. I want a defender, but I think right now we gotta go with Melo. What do you think?
Melo, yeah.
Melo it is.
Melo it is. Our remaining players are Nilton De Andrade, Gordy Gerson, Joey Tavernisi. We have 2 goalies on the board still, Nicolau Neto and William Bonahene from the Milwaukee Wave. And there are 2 defenders left, Pat Thompson and Dylan Hundell, both of whom have played part of their career in Utica. That said, moving on, next pick.
We're gonna go with the ambidextrous player. You know, like we need one of those very fast. We're gonna go with Patrick Thompson.
Patrick Thompson played in Utica, of course, just a few seasons ago. Has also bounced around quite a bit with. He's actually had 2 stints with the home franchise. Also was with the Syracuse Silver Knights back in the day.
He was with me in St. Louis as well. So
yes, and also the Harrisburg Heat for quite a while. So now we're down to the final 6 players on this board. Team Pereira. As we get a comment from Pete Richmeyer saying to take both goalkeepers and leave the other team short. Now, technically, I never heard anything about not doing that.
True. Yeah. I mean, I don't know, Steph. Do we take the last defender on the board? So at least we have somebody that can run around in the back somewhere.
Hey, listen, we need. He's a Hundell the Warrior, so we're gonna go with Hundell for sure.
Okay.
Hundell, who of course has played multiple stints with the St. Louis Ambush, was also the acting captain for Utica last season. 2 Utica guys, a Harrisburg guy, a Kansas City guy, and a Milwaukee guy left for Team Kelvin. And what are you thinking, guys?
Yeah, so Nick Pereira don't like Utica guys, so I'm gonna go with Newton.
Nilton De Andrade, the former Division III All-American, now a few years under his belt with Utica. Nice selection there. Nick and Stefan, 4 men left. Which one's it going to be?
I mean, I've been watching Gordy kick the ball in the net for years, but Tavernisi does it too. So it's a coin toss. Those guys are scoring goals. Stefan, which one's going to score more goals for us?
Good question. I don't know. I feel like Joey. Joey's the one.
Joey Peter Pan. All right, let's go.
Always a crowd favorite, Joey Tavernisi. 3 men left, 2 goalkeepers and a forward. And that brings up the option here for Team Kelvin as they continue to deliberate their pick. And what conclusion have you come to?
we're gonna play chess a little with these guys, you know. So there's 2 goalkeepers and 1 Utica player. So I'm gonna go with Nicolau Neto, you know, to be on our goal.
So you get Gordy as well because we have to take a second goalie or what?
Yeah. Smart guy.
Come on, these guys are smart over there. See, what happens is they keep muting their microphone over there thinking they're smart, like they're trying to set up little plays. No.
Oh, I didn't press mute? Oh.
Well, we got Willie B.
William Bonahene, Milwaukee Wave. He will be the last selection for Team Pereira. And by default, that means that Team Kelvin will receive Gordy Gerson. As you look at your rosters now, what do you think of what you've got on the table here?
Man, I just don't see any way in which we lose, to be honest with you. And I think Dre's right. Chris Toth can play on the field. So my bet is that Chris Toth outscores at least 3 of the players on Kelvin's team easily in terms of points. No, man, we got a good team. I'm pumped to play with a lot of these guys. We don't get to play with these guys very often. It's usually a battle against them, so it's really exciting to play with these guys. And the Capelli deal is going to be up for grabs for sure on Team Pereira, and I'm really pumped. I'm really pumped to make sure that Everton takes me out to a nice dinner after we beat Team Kelvin in Utica. So that'll be nice.
You're gonna have to redo the coin toss for that. For who paid the bill?
Winning team gets it for free.
Sounds good to me. Let's do it. Steak dinner.
Stefan, we'll find the most expensive place in Utica to take us out to dinner, or what?
I'm in. I know a spot in Utica. I went to one. So.
Yeah.
I don't know why you guys taking us to dinner. I don't think Calvin and I we're gonna lose. So I'll show you some great restaurants here so you guys can pay the bill. It's
a nice churrasco after,
Yeah, there we go. Now we're
Sounds
talking.
good.
I think our team has a great balance of players that played together before in the past. They know each other. So you already have, like, we started the game with some chemistry, you know. So I don't think there's a chance that we're gonna lose this game.
Very good, gentlemen. Well, there you have it. All 30 players have been selected for this All-Star Game. Again, it will take place on Wednesday night, February 12th at the Adirondack Bank Center at the Utica Memorial Auditorium. You can get tickets right now at EmpireStateTix.com. That's EmpireStateTix.com. The skills competition will be at 6. Kickoff of the match, the All-Star Game, will be at 7:15. Again, the MVP will receive a very nice package from Capelli, and there's also going to be, as I understand it, an All-Star Fan Fest after the game. As for the broadcasts, stay tuned for those details. For Nick Pereira, Stefan Stokic, Team Kelvin Oliveira, and Averton Marrera, and our entire MASL crew, my name is Ray Biggs, saying so long, goodbye, be good to yourselves, and be good to each other.